Alright, this is Radio TV Phono Nut here, and I apologize, it's getting dark outside, but I wanted to get this video done real quick, ask your advice on something. This is a Westinghouse Aeriola Sr. regenerative radio from about late 21, early 22. I found this on eBay, and I was excited to get it because this is the older version with the wooden panel. And I've actually wanted one of these sets for about 30 years and finally decided to go ahead and buy one. Now, they listed it as is, but failed to show any pictures of the inside of the radio. The only thing they mentioned was the tube was cracked, and whenever I opened the box, they did have it wrapped up well, but they had no padding inside of under the lid here, and the result was the tube came loose and shattered. Well, if the tube was cracked, then it was a dud anyway, but you know, that's not my main concern. This is my main concern here. Let me get it out of the box where we can look at it. As you can see, this radio has been hacked on. The whole tickler coil assembly that went across here is just totally missing. It's gutted. And there may be other parts missing that I'm unaware of. Now, I looked at their other items for sale, and they have a lot of radios and pieces of radios for sale. So that tells me that there are not your average A to Z eBay flipper soccer mom just doing their side hustle with junk that they picked up at an estate sale that they know absolutely nothing about. I feel like since they have a ton of radios and radio pieces on eBay, they knew full well that this radio had been butchered on, but they failed to mention that in the description, and they failed to show pictures of the underside of the chassis because they were trying to pull a fast one on somebody. Now, I'm not one to normally file claims except for damaged items, damaged goods because of poor packing, but I'm really torn about this. For what I paid for this, I could have probably bought a radio that was complete and all there, not some hack job. And for what it would cost me to get the parts to fix this, if I could even find the parts, I'd have more in it than it was probably worth. So I'm real torn about this. Do I just eat this, or do I file a claim? Now, like I've already indicated, if this was some A to Z eBay flipper that obviously knew nothing about radios, you can cut people like that some slack. But when it's obviously a radio person, you know full well they pulled the panel off of this thing and peeked under it and noticed the missing parts, but just failed to say anything about it. So I'm trying to decide, do I write this off, try to find the parts to fix it, or do I initiate a return and try to get my money back on this thing? What would you do if you were in my position? Now, I realize when you buy something secondhand, especially off of the internet, it's pretty much a pig in a poke, so to speak, and you're taking your chances. But you know, when I think about that, whoever sold this to me probably knew about the issues with it and failed to disclose them, then that just really doesn't sit well with me. And we know there are guys out there who do that. They'll take radios and chop whatever parts they want off of them and then stick them up on the internet under that quote-unquote as-is banner and pass them off to some unsuspecting person without telling them what's been removed out of it or what the issues are. I know whenever I sell something that doesn't work, I disclose everything I know about it, and I take pictures of the insides of it, and that way the buyer can decide for themselves whether or not they want to mess with it or not. I'm not going to pull any slick stuff just to try to make $1 off of somebody, but we know there are people out there who will. Alright, so tell me your thoughts on this. Like I said, would you keep this and try to fix it, or would you file a claim and try to get your money back?